Listen, if y'all ain't already got your tickets, make sure you get your ticket. It's going down this Wednesday. I will be at the Vinyl. You hear me? In Atlanta. It's on Peachtree. So all you got to do, listen. If you can't find it, you ain't already.
All right. Now, I don't care what y'all talking about. Y'all got to watch this. This, hold on. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show you. There you go. Hold on. All right. See where it say, see where it say, baby mother shoots rapper boyfriend. Yeah. For abuse, then says bye. So you got to understand what, hold on, listen, you got to understand what happened. You got, hold on. You got to understand what happened. All right. So she went out. I ain't making this up. Y'all finna see. She went out, her homegirls or whatever, I guess. And but it wasn't happening. He wasn't she had 3 kids, right? So one of them his. Like, and don't get mad at me, because this would happen when you be too low watching stuff. Like, you feel like you got to show, look. And it's not funny. It's not funny. The part I'm talking about is funny, but this ain't funny. It's like, how long is this? It's about 28 minutes, but it's gonna show the whole story. So she went out with her homegirls, whatever. She got 3 kids. One of them, he a rapper. They in Lithonia, Georgia. So he a rapper in like Atlanta. And one of their kids, like I already said that. So I guess after 6 a.m., I think they're gonna say, he started yeah, that boy done blew his top. Like he there with all 3 of the kids. Why she ain't home? So he went to threatening all this and that. Apparently they have a history of, or he has a history of domestic, whatever, allegedly. So she called the police before she went home, wherever she was leaving from. I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Y'all gonna see. She called the police and told them like to meet her at her house. Like, it's her house. He was there with her, like, and her 3 kids, because one of them his. So she called the police and told them, y'all need to have the police at like this address, escort me in, whatever. The police dropped the ball so hard on me. I don't care what nobody say. Police left. She got her, police left, told them to go inside. They showed up there while she got there or whatever. He had been threatening her the whole time, like what he was gonna do to her when she got home. So when she get home, the police there, because she didn't call them and, you know, requested them to be there. Then she asked them while she was on the phone with them about if she got to kill somebody, unalive somebody in self-defense. Then, you know, whatever. Like it's all on here. Y'all gonna see. And the police came, and as soon as she got there, they get into it outside. The police told them go inside. The police told them go inside. So she called the police, had requested them to be there, whatever. They left. She went to her car, got a pistol and a tire iron, and yeah, y'all will see the rest. But the part that's nothing funny with that, like, yeah, she unalived him. But watch how it turned out though. Like it don't turn out how you think. And watch what this baby say. The baby, it's a baby. This baby ain't 2 years old. This baby ain't. Watch, the baby is like, I ain't gonna say nothing. Come on, hold on. Let me get this. Y'all finna watch this. I'm finna watch this again. Hell, this shit is entertaining. Hold up. Here we go. You see something?
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon is not with physical products.
Shut up. Here we go. All right, this one they first started. This one they arrested him. That's her right there walking out with her. Yeah, that's one of the kids. That's the daughter. That ain't the one that's gonna be at the end, but she coming out the house right now. He already done came out. He laying over here. See, there he go down there. Now they taking her to jail, so the kid screaming.
You took his life and said,
that's his mama.
You showed no remorse for him. None. Not for me, not for my daughter, not for his kids. Because you had no remorse for my son. You showed no empathy for him. You deserve every single year they can give to you.
This is the story of DeMonte Smith, age 29, a rapper who was shot and killed by the mother of his child, Quaneesha Nicole Johnson, age 30, in the presence of police officers because he was upset that she went partying overnight and left the kids with him. Quaneesha, who asked the officers what it means if she kills him and claimed self-defense, went through with the dangerous threat. She hit him with an iron bar on his head, then shot him in the chest and told him, bye. Hello.
That's the tire iron. She hit him with a tire iron in the head, and then she told him bye. Whatever, so that's what he's talking about.
And welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories.
Shout out to him.
Small but unique city in Atlanta's East Metro area.
Lithonia.
14. Lithonia is a suburb of Atlanta. This story will be taking us to Lithonia, Georgia. Lithonia is a suburb of Atlanta with a population of 2,614. Lithonia is a small but unique city in Atlanta's East Metro area. Its nickname is the City of Granite, due to the amount of rock found in the community, but there is much more to it than that. Lithonia presents a total crime rate that is 13% lower than the national average per 100,000 residents. DeMonte Smith, 29, was a rapper out of Atlanta who was aspiring to be great. He had songs on social media.
I don't know dude's song. Y'all know. I don't know. That him though.
I done robbed plenty folks. I done cut plenty dope. And I know the nigga that shot my nigga ain't standing dope. And I heard he died and I survived.
I'm just saying, he sound like one of the ones that was telling on himself. But if y'all know him, then okay, that's him.
Panic folk, young nigga, lot of mouths of food. I'm having more, spit your cantaloupe, yeah, just to get the other load.
He was trying his best to make it big. DeMonte was in a relationship with someone named Quaneesha Nicole Johnson, age 30. They were very close. They had a child together. They were so close that she was in most of his music videos.
Oh, that's him again. Oh, he put her in the video. You didn't put the bitch in the videos. Okay.
DeMonte was known by the law. He was said to have led police on a long chase not too long before this incident, which got him arrested and jailed. According to friends, when he got back out, he had nowhere to go, so he met Quaneesha, who took her into her house with her other kids. DeMonte was also said to reportedly have a history of domestic abuse. On November 26, 2022, Quaneesha had gone out clubbing with her friends and left her 3 children with DeMonte, the father of her youngest child.
See, y'all hear that? She went out and she left her 3 kids with him. He snapped. Listen.
Abuse. On November 26, 2022, Quaneesha had gone out clubbing with her friends and left her 3 children with DeMonte, the father of her youngest child. DeMonte was expecting to see Quaneesha back at home early in the morning around 6 a.m., but she never made it back home and her phone was off, so he called all local hospitals and jails looking for her.
That's a nice way of saying he expected her ass home at 6. And her ass wasn't home by 6 and he was ready to whoop her ass. That's a nice way of saying that, what he just said on here. Listen again. Watch this.
3 children with DeMonte, the father of her youngest child. DeMonte was expecting to see Quaneesha back at home early in the morning around 6 a.m., but she never made it back home and her phone was off, so he called all local hospitals and jails looking for her. It made it worse because before her phone went off, she told him she was about to get into a fight with a group of people. Around 9 a.m., when she eventually turned her phone back on, she got messages from DeMonte. The text messages showed that he was upset and angry and also threatened to hit her when she got home. DeMonte is known to having a history of abuse and had threatened to beat and kill other women in the past. She called her family members, who conference called DeMonte into the conversation.
Now listen to this. This is important. Pay attention to this part.
They advised her to go with a police escort, which she called 911 and asked for one. When she returned to the home about 2 hours later, one of the DeKalb County police officers who responded told her to put her gun in her car, which she did. While the police was there, they went back and forth with each other, so the officer told them to go calm down indoor. The officers tried to resolve their dispute, but Quaneesha continued to talk over them and was combative with them. Officers were finally able to send them indoors to calm down. As she walked inside, Quaneesha asked the officers what would happen if she shot DeMonte in self-defense and told them,
Did y'all hear that? That's important. That's a red flag.
finally able to send them indoors to calm down. As she walked inside, Quaneesha asked the officers what would happen if she shot DeMonte in self-defense and told them that she had already looked up the self-defense law. While officers were outside waiting to see how things will go, Quaneesha went back outside, grabbed a metal tire iron and her gun from her car, and went back inside the house. She told one of her children...
Hey, listen, y'all heard that right. She did that while the police was still there. Because they was leaving. She didn't want them to leave. They was leaving. They had made them go inside. She went to her car, got the tire iron, and got her pistol. While the police was still there, before the police even left.
Waiting to see how things will go, Quaneesha went back outside, grabbed a metal tire iron and her gun from her car, and went back inside the house. She told one of her children to call 911 and say that DeMonte had hit her, which was later confirmed that he never did.
What's the address? Okay, do you know the phone number you're calling from?
Hell no, the baby don't know the phone number. That baby.
Have you been on the phone number you're calling from?
Quaneesha
Nah, so the baby, one of the babies told 911 that he had just hit her mama because her mama told her to call 911 and tell them that or whatever. So, no, the baby didn't know the phone number. The baby didn't know enough to know the phone number. No.
then hit DeMonte in the head with a tire iron and then shot him. The gunshot was heard on the 911 call, as well as Quaneesha.
Make sure y'all didn't miss that.
Quaneesha then hit DeMonte in the head with the tire iron and then shot him. The gunshot was heard on the 911 call, as well as Quaneesha repeatedly saying bye to DeMonte afterwards. DeMonte went outside and told the officers, "She hit me in the head with a metal thing and then shot me. Hurry before I die." He then collapsed. Quaneesha was in
the man stumbled out the house.
Was Quaneesha repeatedly saying bye to DeMonte afterwards. DeMonte went outside and told the officers, "She hit me in the head with a metal thing and then shot me. Hurry before I die." He then collapsed. Quaneesha was instantly arrested in front of her kids, even though she could be heard saying, "I told you to help me."
Yeah, that's where he collapsed. She said, "I told y'all to help me." Now all the babies hollering. Damn, Quaneesha. Don't make me put my blunt out. You got all the kids crying, Quaneesha.
Supercharge your business with the all-new Shopify point of sale, the all-in-one POS solution built on the world.
The hell up.
During an interview at police headquarters, she admitted DeMonte did not hit her that day. Investigators later learned DeMonte had requested a rideshare to leave the house, but was killed just minutes before it arrived.
Okay, so in other words, he was waiting for an Uber to come when it happened. So even though he had domestic issues in his past, once she got to the police station, she told him that he didn't actually hit her or nothing that day. He had a history of it though, so and he was waiting on an Uber to come get him, but he ain't make it. She I don't know why. She must have had it on her mind.
She pleaded not guilty and the case was sent to trial.
And the case is against this woman. She is the defendant. Her name is Quaneesha Johnson, and she is alleged to have shot and killed her boyfriend, DeMonte Smith. This incident occurring back in November of last year. The state of Georgia saying it was murder, but Johnson says she shot him in self-defense to protect herself from her boyfriend, who she says was her abuser. For more on the background of this case, here's Court TV legal correspondent Julia Janae.
A domestic dispute turned deadly after Quaneesha Johnson fired a shot into the chest of her boyfriend, DeMonte Smith. On November 27, 2022, Johnson called the police 3 different times after receiving police to
come off when she got there, even though they was there with her. Because it's like they pretty much met her there.
They flagged down an officer near her home. In front of police and outside of their home, Johnson and Smith engaged in a verbal altercation. Officers then instructed both to go inside, observing no physical abuse. But before returning to her home, Johnson asked an officer what would happen if she shot her boyfriend in self-defense. That officer...
Hold on, I hear that again. That's a red flag, police.
Observing no physical abuse, but before returning, need to be able to articulate her need for using a weapon in self-defense. As the officers leave the scene, Johnson is seen grabbing a tie rod and her handgun. A few minutes later, a gunshot is...
Hold on, man. They just said as the police was leaving the scene, she was seen getting the gun and the tire iron out the car, and the police just drove off, bro. It ain't funny, but I'm blowed, so I'm trying to understand. Do y'all? Okay. I don't know. I guess I ain't posting in that part.
Weapon in self-defense. As the officers leave the scene, Johnson is seen grabbing a tire rod and her handgun. A few minutes later, a gunshot is heard from inside the home. Smith is rushed to the hospital and later dies from his wounds. Johnson now faces several charges, including malice murder, aggravated assault, and child cruelty, since the shot was fired in front of her children. Prosecutors believe there was no imminent threat, and once Johnson grabbed the tire rod and gun, she intended to kill her boyfriend. The defense claims Smith had a history of domestic violence against his girlfriend and that she was attempting to prevent another incident from occurring when she took that weapon for protection after police didn't intervene.
This the thing. See, I ain't saying I don't know. She right or wrong. I don't know what was happening in their house, but she knew she was finna go home and pop his ass. Because she called him 3 times and talked about it before she got there. And then while they was there, she asked him, what's going to happen? This is what I say, man. It was red flags that they just, what the police missed some, maybe it's just me, but the police missed some, like, she asked him, what happened if I shoot him in self-defense? And they told her. And they left while they watched her get the tire iron and the gun out the car.
Defendant plans to testify and explain her actions in front of the jury in an attempt to prove defendant against his girlfriend and that she was attempting to prevent another incident from occurring when she took that weapon for protection after police didn't intervene. The defendant plans to testify and explain her actions in front of the jury in an attempt to prove she acted in self-defense.
She was interrogated by the lawyers during trial. All the 911 calls were played.
Here we go with this shit. So they played all 3 of her 911 tapes at trial.
Sounds weird,
all
right?
Well, so she called, when she called and told them, I can't hear what she's saying either, but she's telling them.
What kind of car are you telling me?
Oh, she telling them what kind of car she is.
Okay, what's your name? Johnson. And what do you need the escort for? Are you just trying to get her belongings, or?
Yeah, she requesting a police escort.
And so when he comes out, what's going through your mind? What happens?
I usually go into personal the lower and I would bring outside, take 2 months, pay sort of like no head, and 60 minutes,
And what happens after that?
I asked him to the mother
And then Officer Krause instruct Mr. Smith to give you your daughter so you can take her in the house?
He does.
And then he followed the officer's instructions. Now, tell us what happens between you and DeMonte while the officers are there.
After I asked for him to be my baby so I can take her in the house, he then goes to say, BSCC, it's just my baby too. He wasn't worried about her, he was all night, being a God, he just stepped upon disrespectful. I responded to the disrespect, telling him that his name is on the birth certificate and said he's my daughter. He calls me a stripper, I call him broke.
She said he called her a stripper. She called him broke. And then, oh, she just mumbled.
Now, were you scared at that point?
I was still scared, but I felt like I was able to respond to his disrespect.
Why was that?
Because I was there and I had anything to do with the song.
And you had put your firearm in the car.
I did.
Can I ask you, you had your firearm on you when he was threatening you. You could have just gone to your house with your firearm, why would you call police?
Because I never would have thought it. I wasn't used to protect me. I was never thinking of putting my hair on it.
She said she thought the police was gonna protect her. So, like, I mean, they played all three of her 911 calls.
So tell us what happens after. So you and him argue back and forth. We've all seen it. You've been here through the trial. We've all seen it. And then tell us what happens as the argument is ensuing and police officers are about to leave. Tell us what happens.
Officer Mamie asked me a question. She asked me, she's telling me things, or she's asking me, how does it work? Something about him staying there, and I told her, and explained to her that he had just got out of the KG'z judgment, and I was allowing him to stay there. He has been residentially there. Okay, she said that the officer asked her how long had he been staying there, and she told him that he had just got out of the Cashapp County jail. She was letting him stay there for, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and yeah. So she let the police, you know, she had already told the police that, and she called him 3 times before she got home, that it's her house. Like, no, she's letting him stay there for a couple of days. Like, that's why he had the Uber waiting. He was waiting on the Uber, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So she telling them, like, what happened when she knew she was. Telling her that she's trying to tell me something else. So agreed that I was like talking over about just finishing my explanation of her not having residence here for them, asking them to come from the house. Also calls them, tells me to go inside with the baby. He goes inside. I'm sitting in the restroom in the doorway. As he walks past me, he tells me when I can't see, he's gonna be my ass.
She said all he told her was he was gonna beat her ass when he was walking past.
Were you on the phone with someone?
I never got on the phone. My parents was on the phone with me.
Were both of them on the phone?
Yes, they were.
And that's what Shell knew on Driven's house.
Yes.
And he says when the cops leave, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yes.
And do you inform the cops of what he's just said?
Immediately.
She said immediately.
What do they do? What's their response?
I asked them, I said, did y'all just hear him? I repeated what he just said. They didn't say it. I don't believe he said anything.
She said, did y'all hear what he just said? And she said, I don't believe they said anything. So that's another red flag.
And what happens after that?
I asked, continuing to speak as okay, so what do I have to do? And in order to defend myself, I guess say, if I should know how to self-defense because he keeps putting his hands on me, then I let him.
And what's the response?
Also, then he says, if you do that, just make sure you use articulate.
That's another red flag. She said, then I asked the police, what would happen if I shoot him or unalive him in self-defense? And she said the cop told her just make sure you're able to articulate it in court. That's another red flag.
And what do the officers do next?
Then the officers left while she was getting
in the house. And they leave you at the house. Tell us what happens after that.
Then she unalived him.
Me being industrial in my doorway, my dog said go. My dog's walking down the street, running down the street. My knowledge is down in the doorway. Help me get the dogs back in the home. Tend to the streets to get my dogs. I bring them back. As my dogs go in the house prior to going inside my home, I do go to my car to retrieve firearm and a tire.
Now, Ms. Johnson, you said that you were licensed to carry. Tell us what it means to be licensed to carry.
To be able to pull the firearm and, of course, defense areas like a safety protection.
Whatever requirements you had to go through to obtain a license to carry?
Yeah, parents.
Anything else?
I'm Georgia. I'm Georgia. You know, I'm a license carrying state.
So you go outside to get your dogs run outside. You go outside to get your dogs. And why?
Okay, now she let the dogs out. She got the kids out of there before she bonked his ass on the head and popped him. Like but she just said she let the dog. Like she know. Yeah, she know her laws. She wasn't slipping on nothing.
While you're outside, you go to your car and you grab your firearm. Where do you put your firearm? And you grab anything else?
Okay.
And when you say time, how big is it? How thick is it?
It's not really that thick. It's about this thick and about this long.
Now, why did you grab your firearm and the title?
I grabbed the firearm, but the firearm never stays in the bars. It goes into the home and out.
Ms. Johnson, how did it make you feel knowing what had happened?
This the thing though. She could have just grabbed her pistol. She knew she was gonna bop his ass on the head. So she grabbed a tire and two. She knew she was gonna bop his ass on the head and then pop him.
It still made me feel the same way. I never wanted it to happen. I didn't intend for it to happen. I didn't mean for it to happen.
But in that moment, you felt like you had to defend yourself.
I did.
At the end of the day, she was found guilty of a lesser charge.
Now, hold on, y'all. This is where you got to pay attention. Pay attention to this part right here. Listen to the sentence. Don't just listen. You got to listen. And the judge, pay attention to the judge too. She had a the judge was like on her side with it. So pay attention to this part.
Mr. Johnson acquitted on the most serious charge.
Oh, shit.
Hey, folks, I'm no advertising person. With the kids out of school and summer vacation kicking off, now's a great time to come see us and get road trip ready.
I don't blame you.
As to count one, malice, murder, read the jury. Quaneesha Johnson, not guilty.
Well, look, she dropped her head.
Quaneesha, malice, murder, read the jury. Quaneesha Johnson, not guilty.
Not guilty of that one. That was a malice murder.
Two, felony murder. Read the jury. The defendant, Quaneesha Johnson, guilty of voluntary manslaughter. As to count three, aggravated assault, family violence. Read the jury. Find the defendant, Quaneesha Johnson, guilty. As to count four, aggravated assault, family violence. Read the jury. Find the defendant, Quaneesha Johnson, guilty.
I'm guessing y'all could figure out the rest of it. Guilty, 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 guilty. So the main one, she got found not guilty of.
As to count five, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Read the jury. Find defendant, Quaneesha Johnson, guilty. As to count six, cruelty to children in the third degree. Read the jury. Find the defendant, Quaneesha Johnson, guilty. As to count seven, cruelty to children in the third degree. Read the jury. Find the defendant, Quaneesha Johnson.
DeMonte's mother made a victim impact statement.
They called me and told me, "Ma'am, do you know a DeMonte Smith?"
My heart dropped. I had to describe my son to this woman. I'm sorry, to this man. And I knew at that moment that he was gone. Because see, a mother's intuition tells you everything. That Sunday, 2 o'clock, I fell to my knees in the middle of the store with pains, and I didn't understand why. Because my son wasn't here anymore. All night I tossed and turned. I had no idea what was wrong. And I got to work, and the medical examiner called, and I couldn't get it together. I blacked out. And then the detective called me. And my first words was, where is she? They said, who? Where is the woman that killed my son? Because I knew it was you. A darkness dwelled inside of you. You took his life and said bye. You showed no remorse for him. None. Not for me, not for my daughter, not for his kids. I can't believe that I felt sorry for you for a moment. But I didn't know all the facts.
She said, I didn't know all the facts.
I have no remorse for you. I have no empathy because you had no remorse for my son and you showed no empathy for him. You deserve every single year they can give to you.
Now remember what she said. She said, you deserve every year they finna give to you. So I think his mama thought that they were finna, they was gonna hit her with a good 15, 20, something like that. That's what mama thought. This judge right here, I kept telling y'all, remember this judge. Watch this judge. Like, I don't know. They look like they might be related, almost. Nah, I'm just bullshitting, but for real. So, the judge is on her side, all like, she got lucky. Watch this.
In the sentencing phase, things did not go the way they wanted it because she was sentenced to 20 years, but the judge was really lenient with her.
And even though the jury did not hear the
So she was sentenced to 20 years, but they said the judge was real lenient with her. So y'all listen to what the judge say right here now. It's important.
On one tape of the previous domestic violence incident between Mr. Smith and another female, the court can consider that, along with the police recording disturbing photographs of abuse to your minor child by the victim in this case. On the day of the incident, Ms. Johnson, I believe that you took all the necessary steps to ensure your safety after Mr. Smith had threatened to inflict violent harm upon you. And it does not matter that you stayed out all night, or even if you stayed out for a week and leaving your children with whomever.
Okay, now y'all see how important it is to have a judge. She already found guilty. Now it's on the judge to sentence her. The judge just told her, in other words, like I told y'all earlier in layman's terms, girl, it don't matter if I know you had to go have your girls' night out with your girls and leave them kids with whoever, him, whatever. Like, I feel you. So the judge, watch this sentencing. This some miracle.
That does not constitute that somebody would threaten with serious bodily injury. Ms. Johnson, you called the alarm company, you called local law enforcement, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And when law enforcement arrived, they allowed you, the 2 people in this situation, to go into the home unescorted without any cooling off period, which resulted in the loss of Mr. DeMonte Smith. And
now, all that's true too. They allowed her, like I kept telling y'all, the police, that red flag, red flag. Like, she called them 3 times, made sure they was there when she got there. So the judge just reiterating that she did all that and that it's on record.
Resulted in your conviction for voluntary manslaughter. So when considering the aggravating and mitigating circumstances of this case, the court is required to impose a sentence that is sufficient but not greater than necessary. So, Ms. Johnson, I will sentence you as follows. As to voluntary manslaughter, I will sentence you to 20 years to serve 10 years in confinement The first 5 years of those 10 years to be served in prison, and the remaining 5 years to be served as home confinement.
Yeah, okay, did y'all catch that? Y'all, here, I'm gonna run it back for y'all. I'll make sure y'all pay attention to what she just said. She gave it 20 years, right? All right, but listen to how the 20 years is broke down. Listen.
Sentenced you to 20 years to serve 10 years in confinement. The first 5 years of those 10 years to be served in prison.
20 years with 10 years in confinement. 5 of them years in confinement, your ass is gonna be confined to your house. So you got, in the other 10, you on probation. But you got 20 years. But you got 5. So but hold up, this ain't done.
And the remaining 5 years to be served as home confinement. The remaining 10 years of the 20-year sentence will be served on probation. Special conditions of the 5 years of home confinement is that you must be fully employed. You can only leave your house for work, medical appointments, school, and for minor children's field appointments, minor children's therapy appointments, and minor children's school-sponsored activities. The hours of your work, school, and medical are only to be between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., and there is to be no one at your home at any time during the duration of your sentence who has a felony conviction. As to count 3, the aggravated assault, it will merge into count 2, voluntary manslaughter by operation of law. As to count 4, aggravated assault, I will sentence you to 10 years to serve
concurrently,
to run concurrent with count 2. As to count 5, the possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, I will sentence you to 5 years to serve consecutive suspended. As to count 6,
consecutive suspended
in the 3rd degree with the victim being Nyla Clark, I will sentence you to 12 months of probation to run concurrent with count 2.
Damn, we even running probation concurrent with probation.
Special conditions of probation.
Special conditions.
The minor child is to see a licensed therapist, counselor, or psychologist twice a month for 12 months, and that you are to attend and successfully complete parenting classes for 12 months. As to count 7, cruelty to children in the 3rd degree with Nuri Clark, I will sentence you to 12 months on probation. Conditions of probation, special conditions of probation are that minor child also is to see a licensed therapist, counselor, or psychologist twice a month for 12 months, and that you are to complete parenting classes.
Some more parenting classes.
I will sentence you under the First Offender Act, and
she is sentencing her under the First Offender Act.
To advise you, Ms. Johnson.
Now hold on. Now she finna tell her how to get them 5 years off her out of the 20 back, because she just said she got 20 years, but y'all just seen how that broke down. So it's 20, but it's 5. And she finna tell her how to get them 5 years off her right quick. And watch how this ends.
Your rights post-conviction. Ms. Johnson, you have the right to seek post-judgment relief from your conviction of the crimes of voluntary manslaughter, aggravated assault, cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Either making a motion for a new trial in this court and/or filing an appeal to a higher appellate court. If you want to file a motion for a new trial or appeal, then you would need to file the said motion or notice of appeal with the Clerk Superior Court of this county, DeKalb County, within 30 days.
In other words, she telling her you need to file that right now. That's it. Back again in layman's terms, she telling her like this is what you gotta do right quick and get these 5 off you right quick, and you can walk out of here now.
You may want to more fully discuss this with your attorney. If a motion for new trial is made and the court denies it, you will have 30 days from the filing of the order of denial in which to file with the clerk of court your notice of appeal.
The state requested that Quaneesha be sentenced to 25 years in prison and 5 on probation, but the DeKalb County Superior Court Judge Shondiana Morris sentenced Johnson to 10 years in confinement, split between 5 years in prison and 5 more under house arrest with an additional 10 years on probation. Quaneesha's counsel planned to appeal that decision. The state requested that Quaneesha be taken into custody immediately upon being found guilty, but she will not yet begin her sentence because the judge granted her an appeal bond over the state's objection. So in short, Quaneesha was free to go home even though she was found guilty because the bond appeal was granted by the judge while they appealing the judgment.
Spoke to her for the first time.
Wait, did y'all hear what he just said? her appeal was immediately so she walking out then ain't no going to do no 5 years, there wasn't no she had been in the little jail or whatever waiting to go to court and stuff. She walked out with her family on this day. Watch, she finna walk out of here. Now this the part where watch this baby. Watch this baby. This baby is not even 2 years old. This is one of her babies. She got 3. This got to be the youngest one. This baby ain't even 2. This baby got probably 18 months. When this lady right here asked her, she asked her a bunch of shit, but then she asked her, watch, y'all finna see. If you could do anything different on that night, what would it be? And what would you do? And it's a pause between when she asked her that shit and when Quaneesha ass tried to answer. And the baby, soon as Quaneesha start trying to talk, y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna hear it. I'm gonna make sure I stop it and show y'all. The baby say, now. I promise to God. The baby say, now. Like, try and tell her mama shut the fuck up. Watch this shit. I'm not making this up. I'm finna show y'all. This baby is ahead of her time. Watch this damn baby. That's all I'm saying. Do not ignore this baby. Watch this baby. I'm not that blowed. Look, she tells her mama no. Now. She gonna say now, like you tell a little kid when they little and they finna touch something and you be like, now. Watch when her mama go start trying to answer that question. She gonna say now. Watch this shit.
Even though she was sentenced to 5 years confinement, she is out on bond, pending her appeal. So to see her walking out of the courthouse with her children, with her family. They've been upbeat when they go into the courtroom every day, but today was a different kind of relief, a different kind of happiness from those family members. And here's what she had to say about—
That's her right there. That's her little fine ass. She got a baby daddy. Now watch this. Where's the baby? Okay, somebody else holding the baby right now. Yeah, she holding, watch this baby. She finna have the baby in her. Yeah, watch this. This baby told her, no, mama, now.
About those who've been watching this trial and how she feels about everything that happened.
Okay, look. Damn her. This the baby. Watch this damn baby. Watch this baby. Listen, better yet, just listen to this baby. She gonna let her talk the whole rest of the time. Everything the reporter asking her, the baby ain't bothering nobody. When she asks her, is there anything you could change about that night or whatever, what would it be? It's going to be a pause. It's going to be a pause. And then y'all going to hear that baby say, now. Like you tell a baby when they finna touch something, you go, now. Watch this shit. This baby's a damn genius.
She had to say about those who've been watching this trial and how she feels about everything that happened.
I'm not into the first time. Family's been here for every day. Yes, a lot of them came from Philadelphia. It's it. I mean, they say people show no remorse. I'm very remorse. It's because I don't sit there and tear, cry, and I can't cry in queue. I'm mentally disturbed. Disturbed and whole.
Okay, I'm trying to show y'all the baby because they don't even know the baby finna do what the baby finna do. All she said was she mentally disturbed. Just because she can't cry on cue don't mean she ain't whatever it mess with her every day. See how the baby let her say all that? See, baby chilling. Baby ain't said nothing. See, watch this.
What would you change about that night if you could?
Okay, look, the reporter just asked. See, look, she stuck. The reporter just asked, what would you do or what would you change about that night if you could? And I told y'all it's a pause after she answered. So she in that phase right there. Look at the baby. The baby put her damn head down and listen to this. Bruh, did y'all not hear that baby? Soon as she tried to talk, watch, look, the baby is quiet. I'm gonna play it again for y'all. The baby quiet through everything. Soon as she go to open her mouth, the baby say, ah.
What would you change about that night if you could?
That's the question. What would you change about that night? There you go again. I'm playing it again for y'all. Here you go. Look, baby chilling. This question ain't right, mama. Watch this.
What would you change about that night if you could?
Look, man. Look. That baby ain't lift her head up the whole interview. The baby lift her head up and said, no. No, mama. Don't answer that one. Look, she just opened her mouth and answered. Look, I'm not tripping. I told y'all this baby is the star of this whole video right here. This whole video. I got to watch it one more time. I love this baby. I love this baby. I love this baby.
It's it. I mean, they say people show no remorse. I'm very remorseful. It's because I don't sit there and tear, cry, and I can't cry in queue. I'm mentally disturbed. Disturbed and whole. I can't express it enough. Like, I don't want to say that. I still feel baby. What would you change about that night if you could?
That baby stupid shit. The baby was quiet all the way until she started to answer the question.
What would you change about that night if you could?
Shut up, mama. She still ain't listening.
Got my kids left, which I was able to do. So I don't really think there's anything else that I could have changed. That was my home, my kids was there. All I want to do is treat my kids.
Johnson also said she wishes that the police had done more that night, and that's something that Her Honor, Judge Morris, mentioned as well when she was sentencing, that these officers didn't protect her and they didn't protect DeMonte Smith that night.
Some people took sides with Quaneesha because DeMonte was known to abuse women. But some did not agree with that because they said Quaneesha had the chance to leave or tell him to leave during the domestic dispute. No matter what, no one should lose their life for silly things. The appeal is still ongoing as at the time of making this video. We hope the right call will be made during the appeal. Our sincere condolences to the friends and families of DeMonte Smith. May his soul continue to rest in peace. Please stay safe up there and see you guys in the next video.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's Quaneesha. Quaneesha Johnson. Hold up. Let me tell y'all. Yeah, Quaneesha Johnson. That's the Quaneesha Johnson story. And that's the baby. I told y'all I wasn't lying. That baby, I love that baby. That baby told her mama not to say nothing. And I don't know what they mean by they're going to see if the appeal works out, because she already out. Like, so the appeal pretty much didn't work out. Like, she basically got, so what is that? 20 years of probation? Or 10 years probation? I don't even know. I don't even care. My whole focus is this baby. I love this baby. I'm a fan of this baby. I'm not playing. So ain't no other point. It's no other point. I just want to show y'all what I be watching when I be blowed. That's the story of Quaneesha Johnson and the baby. Yeah, don't forget. Do not forget that baby.